And let's whatever. If you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. Just because people still talk about adding people like fucking Raditz into a game like Dragon Ball Fighters, Fighter Z, whatever. Eventually, and I'm always like, what do you do? And I still see people talk so much about fucking that Taipon guy. And I always think, dude, the whole reason I talk about when I was talking about this recent fucking the Vegito thing, Super Saiyan Vegito, what did that ultimate mod, whatever, what does that Vegito actually do? You could have taken almost any character and just thrown the different moves on him, whatever, and made a Dragon Ball Fighter Z character out of that. Most of the characters are already homogenized in the game. The game has like what, 40, 50 characters, whatever it is, with most of them all being, a different shade of gray, it feels like a lot of times, right? You need characters with gimmicks. The game is already too many characters, like I've said. Unless a character is bringing some kind of gimmick, I don't think you need to put in another quotation marks homogenized Dragon Ball Fighters Z character, right? That's why I don't like what is like. That's why I was saying like, what does adding a Super Saiyan Vegito do to the game? It doesn't do anything because if you looked at it, he's just okay. It's fun. I understand it's fun for people that want to do combos. Cool, but in terms of actually making a good game, giving you a new perspective on why would I pick this character on my team over somebody else, adding some team synergy, a different gimmick, whatever it is, a new spin on the game, it doesn't do anything. That's why I've always said something like, if you're going to put in a game, maybe, fucking you could do the suck me up androids, right? Because they have a new reflect thing, Android 17, whatever, from GT, you could have there's certain characters you could see a gimmick, and people talk about like Taipon. What is Taipon's gimmick? Sell me on Taipon. Oh, well, he has a sword. No, fucking sell me on Taipon why Taipon should be in the game. Oh, put Pecan in the game. Sell me on Pecan why should he be in the game. Well, he has a fire move. His fire move is just going to be probably a fucking laser beam too. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? There's got to be a reason why he's in the game. That's why I said like even Turles would be better for the game than a Super Saiyan Vegito. At least Turles, like I said, you could give him he eats fucking fruits. He eats his vegetables, whatever, fruits and vegetables. You know what I mean? The fucking planet tree, whatever the fuck it was called. I could see a gimmick with that. He could have a new spin. Yes, he's going to be a little homogenized like everyone is in the game, to varying degrees, but he has a bit of a gimmick. Maybe, like Krillin, he can heal his teammates. Maybe he has that, but his teammates are becoming more powered up. But when he eats the fruits as well, maybe his special moves get different properties. There's something you could do with Turles at least to make him a little bit more different. Like Raditz, people always talk about Raditz. What are you going to do for fucking Raditz, right? I mean, I've thought about Raditz. What could you even give this dude to make him like interesting, like a gimmick? Because he's only in like a few episodes, right? He doesn't have a lot of moves. And I guess, he's got this big fucking scouter on him. And I was thinking, I guess if you're going to make him different, maybe, he has a scouter actual move where he like taps his scouter or something, right? And maybe give him a gimmick or something like, and you got to think about this from the perspective, and I tell this to people so many times, when you are making a game, you must sell it to the consumer, right? And I even made videos, and I talk about how crazy it is. I even made videos predicting Strive, not just, how Strive was going to turn out, but predicting how the announcers were going to sell you on every match, which I was also fucking correct, which is ridiculous. But what you could do for a character, let's say like, Raditz or something like that, say he has different levels of this fucking, scouter move, right? And, in the anime, whatever, he surprised them because he was able to, see where they were coming from behind him, right? So what if like maybe his level 1 scouter, maybe it's the EX move, whatever, when he presses the button, no matter what, if the opponent tries to vanish, he automatically counters their vanish. And he does that, he drop kicks them from behind with his butt in the air, whatever that move is, right? And see, now I want you to think about this from there. That's a gimmick, right? And you could also sell the consumer on it because you could say like, oh man, now when I'm fighting Raditz, whatever, I can't vanish during the combo if he's done his scouter move because no matter what, he automatically counters it. Even if you're being comboed, right? So, so many combos in the game actually involve using a vanish to then a dragon rush to throw the guy. And now that is something that you would have to have in your mind while playing him, that if he's done his EX vanish move or his EX scouter move, whatever, he automatically will counter your vanish even if he's being comboed, no matter what. And the announcers could also play off that and sell the consumer and try to make it hype to the audience, being like, oh shit, he's RADDITZ. So RADDITZ is maybe very weak, but he's got this gimmick or something like that. He's very homogenized in all these ways, doesn't have a lot of gimmicks, but he has this one scouter move. So you have to play him a little bit differently because you can't vanish during combos with him if he's done it. No matter what, if the guy vanishes, doesn't matter where it is on the screen, if he's being hit, if he's blocked, whatever, if he's done his little EX scouter move, boom, he automatically kicks you back, right? Maybe he has like a level 1 version of it, or maybe there's different levels of the scouter move, right? Maybe level 1 does this, level 2 does this, level 3 does this. If he has a level 3 version of the move, and this would be a little bit harder to do, right? Because when I think about this, you don't want something to be actually jarring to the consumer or while you're playing. At least if the guy vanishes, the game already freezes, so the game is already jarring in a sense that it freezes a little bit, and he would kick you in the first place. So it's coming, right? But maybe there could be something like maybe he has a scouter double Sunday move, right? Where if the opponent tries to call an assist, no matter where Bardock, I can't remember how these motherfuckers' names is, maybe he has some kind of super version or a level 3 version, whatever, of the scouter move, where if the opponent calls the assist, kind of like think about it like this no matter what. You know how Android 18 has that EX move where no matter what, if the opponent calls an assist, the Android 8, 16, whatever it is, 17, who's 16, who's 17, who's 18, I don't know, but he comes up and he does the fireball down from below. Maybe he has a move like that, right? Where no matter what, if the opponent tries to call an assist, then he teleports behind the assist and you and does a double Sunday. That special move of his, right? That would be a gimmick that I could see that would make me be plausible to, you're selling me on the idea of how RADDITZ could be in the game, right? Do you get what I'm saying? You're like, oh, so if he calls the assist or whatever, no matter what, even if I'm attacking, I'm going to teleport behind them and shoot 2 big pink, purple, magenta laser beams, whatever they are, and hit the guy. That would be something that I could theorize, you know what I mean? You're like, oh shit, this throws a different dynamic on the character. Maybe the character is very lackluster. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of combos, which is not a bad fucking thing. Like I said, dude, that's why when you see me do my game theory videos, I try to stay away from talking about combos because it's the most simple thing to me, right? It's whatever to me. I like talking about how can you sell me on actually getting me interested in the game again, selling the product to a consumer that why would you do this? Like, those are kind of weird gimmicky ideas for this motherfucker that I could think of, right? Very uninteresting character, for better or worse, let's say, you know what I mean? Not a lot of crazy combos, anything like that. But he has a couple gimmicks that make you have to play him versus him differently, to throw a different spin on the character in the game itself, right? Like I saw one guy, and maybe you know who I'm talking about. He's a big name YouTuber. He was talking about how you would put RADDITZ in the game and a good gimmick for him. And his gimmick would be his tail. But you got to give every character, they have one special move, and they have a different command for this special move that can only be used versus RADDITZ, and you can grab his tail. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the gimmick? No, this is like, do you realize how fucking stupid that is? To say that you're going to give every character a brand new special move that they can only use versus RADDITZ. A game that already wants to get rid of special command moves and everything like that, only has down, down, and a Hadouken fucking motion, and you want to add in another motion that can only be used versus RADDITZ if he is using his tail, and then you can grab his tail. And I was like, dude, come on, dude. You have not sold me on RADDITZ. What the fuck? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, you need to be able to have a fucking real fucking conversation about a video game, dude. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel. I appreciate it. Thanks.